हाय, तो आज के वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं कि व्हाई शुड यू बी हैप्पी और एटलीस्ट रिलीव्ड if you have some weaknesses. Now this is strictly in the context of CAT preparation, but maybe there are a few takeaways for things beyond CAT preparation as well. थोड़ा अटपटा जरूर लग रहा होगा आपको टॉपिक, बट मैं वाकई ऐसा मानता हूँ. और behind this thought that weakness is something to be happy and relieved about, there are two reasons. Now one of the reasons is psychological, the other one is fairly logical. So one is slightly emotional, the other is fairly practical. So let's get into these reasons without further delay. So first, let me start with the psychological reason. आप सबने सुपर हीरोज की मूवीज तो देखी ही होंगी, from Spider-Man, Superman to Iron Man or whosoever is your favorite superhero, you would have seen some weaknesses that they contend with, that they struggle with. These weaknesses are what make them relatable, human. हम में से 99.99% लोग ह्यूमंस ही हैं, तो जाहिर है हमारी कोई ना कोई वीकनेसेस होंगी. कैट प्रिपरेशन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में these weaknesses could be at the level of a section, let's say quant or verbal or DILR, and they could, within each section, they could be at the level of certain topics. Obviously, a very small percentage of us could be superhuman, not superheroes, but superhuman, and don't have any weaknesses. For them, all the best, this video is not for you. The good part about having weakness is that you have scope to improve. If you're already perfect, you can only go down. But if you have a shortcoming, if you have a limitation, if you have a weakness, it clearly tells you, okay, this is an area where I can still put in effort and get better at. So I have something to look forward to. I have some scope of progress that I can make and move ahead. If you're already perfect, it's a struggle to improve thereon. The second reason is more practical. Now let's take the case, for example, I give you two books today to study. One is English, one is quant. And let's say in quant, you're here, you're slightly weak. In English, you're really good. Chances are you'll go back home and pick up the English book first. Tell me in comments if you think differently or if you agree with it. But करना कौन सा चाहिए आपको? Pick quant. Logically आप ये जानते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि quant में improvement की गुंजाइश ज़्यादा है. The scope of improvement is much more in quant. Let's look at it differently. Let's say there's a subject in which you score 50 on 100, another subject in which you score 90 on 100. Where is the scope of improvement more? The scope of improvement in the first subject is about 50, the scope of improvement in the second subject is merely 10. So chances are if you invest equal amounts of time in both, you will probably gain 5 times returns on the weaker area. क्योंकि वहां पे गुंजाइश ज्यादा है. तो जब आप weaknesses को देखते हैं, instead of telling yourself that, oh, I'm bad at it, or I'm really pathetic at it, or I really struggle with it, try and put it differently in your head. Try and see, okay, I have so much scope to improve in this. If you're really bad, it can only get better. That's the opposite of perfection. So anything that you do, the least amount of effort will also get you disproportionate rewards. Isn't that great? Because practically speaking, that is essentially the purpose of your preparation. It is to improve your chances of success. It is to take that improvement curve upwards. And that can only happen if you continue to have and identify areas of weaknesses and keep working to improve them. 50 से 80 जाना आसान है, 80 से 90 जाना मुश्किल है, 90 से 95 जाना और मुश्किल है, 95 से एक अंक ऊपर जाना या एक परसेंटाइल ऊपर जाना और ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. तो आपके लिए चिंता की बात तब होगी जब आप बहुत ऊपर पहुंच जाएंगे, where with a lot of effort also you will probably not see disproportionate amount of improvement. Till that time, you should really be happy that you've got so much runway ahead of you that whatever you do will take you ahead. Hope it changes your outlook on weaknesses, on how you view them, how you cope with them, and how you approach to improve upon them. That's it for now. See you soon in another video.